Yesterday I attended a lobby day in Parliament for a group of grandparents who have no contact with their grandchildren for various reasons. And I've been supporting a group in Hendon for a number of years now of Jewish grandparents who again are alienated from their grandchildren. This is a growing phenomena in Britain, and there are associations to support grandparents in this situation. And in many ways I go to the group firstly to hear their pain, the difficulties, hear their stories, try to understand what it is within families that leads to this distancing between a grandparent or grandparents, their adult children, and then of course the grandchildren. And the discussion and the lobbying was over the rights that children also have to relate to their grandchildren, to have grandchildren in their lives. So first it's important we understand that this goes on. And it made us think and discuss at this lobby event in the Jubilee Room in Parliament, with MPs, with parliamentarians in the room as well, that the way we relate to the older generation, to our parents as adults or to grandparents, is really vital, is really important, that we reflect on the relationship. Because of course the age of retirement is growing. Grandparents will be working longer, will be healthier for longer. And it's vital and important to ensure within our family structure that there is a place to develop and deepen the relationship with grandparents. I often see outside in the world, with our faster moving world, with longer hours, with children getting ever busier with their football and their music and their after school clubs, that often the relationship with grandparents is on the basis of need, to pick up, to look after, to babysit. I've had that myself. We've had that in our family. And so it's ever more important to find the time and the place to sit together, to eat together, to talk together, to ensure that children have a relationship with grandparents. And at the same time, when things begin to break down, to consider how important it is to be forgiving. Grandparents and adult children have complicated relationships. And so both need to be forgiving of the mistakes, of the thing that's said that shouldn't be said, of what is done that shouldn't be done, of the differences of abilities technologically between an older generation and an adult child generation. That ability to forgive and move on is so important, so that we maintain these three relationships together in some sort of harmony and allow children to be brought up by their parents, but also benefit from the relationship they have with their grandparents. And so there's some thoughts to think about now. We were really privileged to have an exhibit over the last week, the Forgiveness Project, which prioritized our thinking and reflecting on forgiveness. And I think forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean overlooking. Conversations exist. But forgiveness means the ability to move on and to maintain and prioritize the relationship. Have a great week and have Shabbat Shalom as well.